Hey everybody, welcome to another Scrappy Saturday. I'm Lisa and I just wanted to welcome you and thank you for watching. I hope today we can do this card in a timely manner so it won't take all of your day. This is the card we're doing today. It's very similar to one that is in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, but I put my own twist on it. First thing that we're going to need is a sheet of white paper, cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then we're going to have 2 pieces of this is the Watermelon Wonder, which is what we're using today. I need 2 pieces of it cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I have 2 more pieces of the Whisper White cut at 3 15/16 by 5 3/16. And you'll have all of this on the screen in case you can't remember it. First of all, I'm going to start by stamping the inside of the card and going ahead and getting it out of the way. You'll see on the inside of this card what I did was the butterfly. All of this is coming out of the set, which is the Butterfly Basics. It's got a lot of good stamps in it, and every one that we're using today is coming from that collection. And so anyway, I took the little butterfly and then I did Happy Birthday in here. And it looks really good on the with this Watermelon Wonder border with it. First of all, we're going to take one of the sheets of Whisper White. Oh, wrong one. Don't want that one. And as I said, I'm still doing the Tombow strap stamp runner. First of all, I've got a lot of that tape, and secondly, I like the way it works. So, and I'm putting this down. Normally, I would stamp it, and then if I messed up, I could turn it over. And so we'll just pray I don't mess up since I've gone ahead and taped it down. Now I'm going to take the Watermelon Wonder. I'm taking this little butterfly right here. And I'm just putting it right here in the corner. There it is. Take that one off. I'm going to take this one away so I can put another one on. Next, I've got the Happy Birthday from this stamp collection. Sometimes I like to stamp it upside down because that way I can see that I've got everything stamped good, but I don't have it over stamped. Okay, and then I'm going to do this number, put it at the top, center it with the best I can, and here we go. Hold it down for like 5 seconds. I do like to press it in the middle to make sure that gets down really good. There we go. Perfect stamp. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to start on, actually I'm going to, so that it's already done, this is done and that's done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this inside, tape it in. It's in there. Get it to this. Oops, not working. Hey, I am so picky about it being straight, so I wait and I don't press anything down until after I see that it's pretty straight. There we go. Alright. Okay, look, I got ink on that. not to worry. It's going to be covered by what's on front, so we're not going to worry about that. That's why you should always close up your ink pad when you're not using it. Alright, next I'm going to take this sheet for the front. See, this will cover this nicely as long as it didn't come through, and it didn't. So, anyway, here we go. This right here is the Tip Top Taupe. All of these, except one that I'm using, is in the new collection, the 2014 or 2015, 2017 collection. And the first thing that I'm putting on here is the little honeycomb looking thing that's in this collection. It's this one right here. And I'm just kind of making it for the background. Oh, that was good. Turned it the wrong way totally. I didn't want it dark, so as I said, I'm just making sure that it is has got the stamp covered fairly well. And then I'm going to put this down, press it. In this, there are some holes, so sometimes it looks like you didn't get it all pressed on there good, but you did, because there is some holes in it. That's the way it's supposed to be. Next, I'm going to take the leaves, whatever this is called, but and I'm using the mint macaroon. It's a lighter green, so therefore I like the way it looks better. I'm getting all of that stamped on there. I'm stamping it pretty much straight up and down, very little angle on it, but I am angling it just a hair. Because I want it to come out to the left of the flower. There it is. In the catalog, when I saw something done like this, it looked as if they had fussy cut all of the flower, and I'm like, oh, that would take forever. And so I'm like, this will not show if I just stamp it on there. So I decided to take my my black memento ink, stamp it on, and then I am going to use my aqua painter, and I am going to paint that in, and it just makes it look like it is sitting on top of it, and you can't see any of the background through it. It's really kind of neat. Okay, make sure I have that all stamped really good. And now I'm going to kind of try to do it pretty straight up and down, but just a hair to the right on the angle. And I have finally learned not to rock my stamps. I do press it down good to make sure the color comes out like I want it, and it did. Perfect. And now with this on there, you see all the background coming out. But amazingly enough, when I do the rest of it, when I get my stuff painted, it doesn't look like that. Let's get this black out of the way. Now, I have this sheet on here that I use a lot. As you can tell, it's getting kind of scrubby looking, but I just put a little bit of this ink pad. I just use the ink pad and dab it a little bit. And then I want to use my Old Olive, which is from, I think it's from the Brights collection, or the Classic collection one. And I put it on here. And then I can get my aqua painter over here, and I just paint in the stems, the leaves, and I've got just a little bit of water, and so I can take this water and just paint up the stems, the leaves. I'm a little careful with it, but not terribly, because some of it I want darker, some of it I want lighter. I want it to look realistic. But when I take this and cover it, it might be that it's just the inks behind it just mixing with it. But this is all you see then, is this right here. And then I'm coming up the stem. It doesn't take very long to do this at all. Okay, now that I'm through with that, I'm just going to take and just squirt a little water out, wipe it off, clean the brush really good. And then I'm taking my Watermelon Wonder, and I'm going to start filling in the flowers. And if you'll note on the other card, the color doesn't look as dark as it does when it's going on. It lightens as it dries. But even though that it lightens, it still doesn't show any of the things that were stamped behind it. It looks like it's just the flower, which is awesome. Okay. I'm finished with the painting. I think it looks fairly nice, and as you can see, it really is hidden as far as the backgrounds behind it. It just looks like the flowers sitting there on top of the background, so it's looking good. And actually, I didn't know that I was going to enjoy painting with the aqua pen, but I do. Alright, now this much is finished, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ribbon that I have put out here somewhere, right here it is, and this is your Watermelon Wonder, and this is the lacy stuff. Oh, it feels so good. On mine, I actually went a little bit overboard with the bow, and I did it on the bow maker, and then I tied it on, and it's actually too much. So with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it around and just tie it into a knot. Also, before I do that though, I'm going to take my, this is a tag punch, that's the smaller one, and I know some of them use the larger one, but I'm using just the smaller one to put the tag on here, because I think the large one's just too much. And then I'm going to take my hole punchers, and I'm going to just put a little bitty hole here on the end. I'm just going to put some baker's twine through it, and so I don't need it to be very big. So I've got a little small hole in it. And before I do this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my Watermelon Wonder, and I better clean this up before I have a mess over here with all of my ink. Taking my Watermelon Wonder, I'm stamping. It's the Sending Wishes Your Way, because on the inside I put Happy Birthday. And I think I'm going to turn this way, simply because I like the way that ends up better. Sending wishes your way. There we go. Now, my baker's twine, I didn't have some that was the exact color, so I got what I have that is as close as I can to the Watermelon Wonder. And I am going to take it and stick it through here. And then I'm going to put one, just tie it one time, and then when I'm putting this on, I'm going to tie this in with that. And we're going to take just this much, I think just enough to tie it in a bow. So I don't want to run out, so I'm very sparing, but yet I want to be able to tie a bow. Sometimes I do better turning it upside down and just doing it this way. Don't ask me why. I guess it's because I pull this over and then under instead of going the other way, and then it makes my tails end up in the right direction. Now, go figure. Now, all right, that looks pretty good. I'm glad I've got that. Now, I think I'm going to pull this one there, pull it under. Now, I'm going to take this, and I am going to try to just see if I can stick that through here underneath. Then I'm going to tie this on in a knot. Because this thing is very forgiving. You can put the tag just about anywhere you want it. Alright. We got that on. I've got the bow. Actually, I'm going to pull this out a little bit more. This is always the way it is. When I'm on camera, I have a much more difficult time doing this than when I'm off. There we are. And because this is, I don't want that sticking there. I want it to come down here, away from the flower, because that's the whole purpose of the flower, so it will show. Then I'm going to cut these strings off and then try to hide it there. And then, once again, pull on this and see if I can get it pulled down there a little bit. I like that better. Now, I'll do it this way. That much. And then this one. I'm so sorry it's taking so long. Now, I am going to put this on right here. I got to make it fit. Alright. On this one, I am taking this stuff that I love to use. It's called Fabri-Tac. It's Beacon, and it is a quick grab, but you also have a second to center things. And right now, with all that bow and everything, it might be a little bit more difficult to get it centered. So I'm just going to put some of this Fabri-Tac by Beacon. It is wonderful stuff. It sticks and it grabs fast, and then once it does, it doesn't move. Alright. But right now, at least it gives me a moment to move this and get it exactly the way I want it. Here we go. And then I'm going to put this on top of this just like this, and I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac again. On the other ones I popped it up, but then when I tried to put it in the envelope, it was a lot more difficult to get it in. So I'm not going to pop this one up. I think it's standing out enough. do, as I say, love the fact that I can move this one around a bit. There you go. This is my Butterfly Basics card. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll come back and watch again. Thanks.